Huntsville, and welcome into another episode of Good Morning Huntsville. Rob Pipp here alongside Justin Killingsworth, our Thursday co-host.
Yes.
What's up, Justin? Good to see you, man.
Good to see you.
Everything rocking and rolling. We
is.
are just moving right along. Can you believe that we're already on May the 4th be with you?
Right?
I would never like that phrase, but then it started sticking, and now I say it on every May the 4th.
Right.
Are you a big Star Wars guy?
Kind of.
I never really got into it. I was more of
a Star Trek.
I watched Star Trek The Next Generation. I went through the whole thing on Generations, so
Yes.
a little bit of nerdism
like
this
all
morning.
the things.
Everything.
So.
Welcome in, man.
Yes.
Color Bar here with us as always every Thursday. We want to welcome you in, too, here on the show on Good Morning Huntsville. Let us know you're out there as always. We'd love to hear from you. The show is all about lifting up our community and also bringing a little inspiration, a little daily dose of inspiration. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. Unless you got to go to work at 8 a.m., you better hop in here in a little bit. We don't want to keep you late from work. We don't want any employers calling us, telling us that they were firing their employees because they were too busy watching Justin.
Right.
So
listen to the podcast on your way to work.
That's right. Listen to it on the way to work. We are working now with Spotify, and all of these episodes are going to be starting to be archived in an audio-only format as well, so you can have them in a podcast format also. So working on a lot of things behind the scenes, a lot of ideas. Justin has given us a tremendous amount of ideas as well that we'll be implementing soon, and we'll talk a little bit more about those as this show goes on this morning. But again, want to welcome you in. We are broadcasting live from our studio downtown in beautiful Square, brought to you by our good friends at Elliott's Jewelers. Please check them out online at elliotsjewelers.com. And also, we're working in collaboration with the gallery, our great friend, Mr. Paul Oley, right next door to us for all of your custom framing, photography, corporate photos, family photos, and more. Please go by and see Paul and let him know.
Rob, have you seen some of the headshots he does?
I have. They're tremendous.
Aren't they? I was like, wow.
He just worked on a photo yesterday that I saw, and it's amazing what he was able to do. There was two different photos. The client wanted him to mesh those two together, and it was a husband and a wife long time ago, these photos, but it was two different ones that this person wanted.
Of each of them not making the same person.
Yeah,
okay.
it's not morphing them together.
Okay.
Not
I was
morphing
like,
them.
okay,
But
where's this going?
They wanted the wife to be next to the husband. The problem, and they were both really good individual photos. That's why they wanted it. But they wanted the wife next to the husband. The only problem was the wife's arm wasn't around the husband. It wasn't in a position. So Paul, using his mad photography skills and editing skills, was able to scan in both those photos, twist her arm, and it looks super realistic, and actually put the wife next to the husband, created a background, and it is a beautiful photo. So maybe you've got to pick, and people out there probably, well, computers do that. Computers can't do the things intricate like that.
Right.
Trust me, you and I are starting to become maybe like AI experts.
Right.
We use a lot of AI stuff now, and you can't even – AI right now is having a hard time. For some reason, it can generate really awesome things and realistic photos of people. But the problem is it always messes up the hands. Every time I generate an image of a person, I get like 7 fingers. So I don't know what's up with that.
Maybe it's telling us something.
Yeah, it's telling us that we're not ready for the machines. But anyways, I don't know why I went down that rabbit hole. You never know what you're going to find here on Good Morning Huntsville. But rocking and rolling, looking forward to this episode 19. Our good friend Lois Stehlik joining us, coming up here in just a little bit from the Old Town Theater. We're going to hear about all the exciting events and learn a little bit of history about the theater this morning as well. And Justin, other events are going on around town. We'll highlight all the good things that are happening. National Day of Prayers today, so if you can get out to the Walker County Fairgrounds, that will be taking place at 11 a.m. from 11 to noon. A little light lunch will be provided, some music, and then from noon to 1 will be the program. So get out there if you can support that. We'll be there. We'll be live streaming it right here on Hello Huntsville. And we've got some giveaways that are going to be happening next week. Thanks to your mad creative ideas, man.
Yes.
Let us know about those.
Absolutely. So we have Wine Down happening next weekend, May 13th. So every day next week we'll be giving away 1 ticket to Wine Down. So make sure you tune in to win.
It's going to be happening. And I wanted to mention, too, and this is by our friends at the Downtown Business
Alliance.
Yes. I was almost at association, so I'm glad. That's why I had to have you here. DBA, Downtown Business Alliance. You can't see this, but
we'll throw the link on.
Wine Down and what
Whiskey
else?
Up.
Whiskey
So this will be
Up.
the first year that we've added whiskey. I believe we have 6 distilleries from our surrounding areas that will be there giving tastings of their whiskey. So super excited about that.
Justin, I got to ask you, because you're involved in so many things. When is the Color Bar Brewery going to be taking place? When is that on? Is that in the works?
I have no idea. Brewery. Me making some beer, huh?
Yeah, you could do it, man.
I don't know. It's not the same as making hair.
Yeah. Well, maybe at Christmas you'll get a brewery book, and then we'll see what happens.
Maybe
a couple of
just maybe
weeks
we
later.
can start it in the back here.
Yeah, we'll ask Paul if we can use some more of the space back
use his
there.
workshop.
So if you're from what is it? If you're from TABC,
right? Please just don't pay attention.
Don't pay attention to the show this morning. I'm just kidding. We're not going to be creating any of that. But hey, I want to welcome you in. A lot of good friends joining us. Rick Boning joining us, saying good morning. Rob and Justin, our good friend from Tomorrow's Promise, and also Taylor Fulbright saying good morning, fellas, and good morning, Huntsville. Wanted to highlight Rick and Kay real quick. We had an opportunity to go down to Houston yesterday as part of the SCORE group, and SCORE helps mentor small businesses. They're a national organization. They work in collaboration with the SBA and also SBDC, which we have an office, and Small Business Development Center office here in Huntsville, thanks to Rhonda Ellisor. But a very distinguished award for Kay yesterday. It was a lunch award ceremony, and she was received the Rural Small Business of the Year award, and that is a very prestigious award. That's out of about 30 counties in this district is what they kind of consider it. Over 600 people were in attendance there, and the first child care facility to ever receive that kind of award this area.
I just love Kay.
Yeah, so it was good to be down there and to celebrate with her, and we put an article up on Hello Huntsville as well, so make sure that you go to the website and check that out. And, a lot of great things happening. We want you to join in. Let us know you're out there. A lot of folks already chiming in and connecting with us here this morning. Justin, a lot going on. You've been busy, and, just things continue to move fast. It seems like April, we moved back, and then all of a sudden I was wondering, how are we going to get started? How is this show going to get going? How's Hello Huntsville going to get going? Guys like you came on, and we appreciate your foundation support, why we call it the Foundation 5 sponsorship. But you came on, you wanted to help highlight great organizations in our community. And your business always gives back, man, and that's so important.
I'm super excited about today. And the Old Town Theater being here.
Yeah, I need to get over there. I've never been before.
What? Oh, my goodness.
So that's why I wanted to bring Kay on. Sometimes when you bring guests on, you can kind of twist their arm a little bit, get some free tickets. So maybe Kay's like,
Lois over there, she's going to get us some.
Lois may say we can't do that, but we'll figure it out. So we're going to have her on. She's going to talk about it, and great shows going on. I used to go to our theater in Georgetown, and it was amazing.
Yes.
So
they've really turned it around. So super excited to hear more insight about it.
Absolutely. Again, let us know you're out there. Let us know what you're thankful for this morning. We'd love to hear from you. Send those comments, and we will continue on. We'll step aside. We'll take a break. Miss Lois joins us, though, here in a few moments. Stay with us. This is Good Morning Huntsville. Hey, good morning, Huntsville. Welcome back in here on episode 19 as we're moving right along through April and May getting started. May the 4th here today, and I want to welcome you in on a Thursday. Thanks for joining us. Let us know that you're out there. We'd love to hear from you here today as we are now joined by our great friend, Miss Lois Stehlik from Old Town Theater. Not Kay. I told you earlier I was talking about Kay, and I think I said Kay like 4 times. So, Lois, good to have you on this morning.
Quite all right. Thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, you bet. You know, it's been wonderful being able to see you around town quite a bit. You're always active. See you at chamber events and different things around town. And before we get started talking about Old Town Theater, just kind of wanted to get a little background from you, Lois. I know that you weren't born and raised here, but from Louisiana. Let us know the journey.
So I was born and raised in Shreveport, and I came here to work at TDC in 1994 and retired in 2017 from TDCJ and been here. This is home. Raised 2 kids.
It's grown.
So,
you know,
and there's so many of the guests we host that are like that. They're just implants, I guess.
Yeah. But you know what's great, and you can attest to this also, Lois, because for me, you know, moving here, you just felt this open,
it's
embracing
this little country,
hug.
right? I like the little country, small town. I'm from Shreveport, Louisiana, so it was a big town. And when I came here, so different. And this is just a great place to raise kids. It really was.
It was awesome because when you talk about Louisiana, I think about folks in this community and you know, there is a lot of influence from Louisiana here in Huntsville, and it's made this a very unique and fun culture to be around as well.
You even raised grandkids here.
I'm not raising
but Jessica does a good job at that.
Yeah, I have 2 children, 2 grandkids here.
Awesome. Well, again, Lois Stehlik joining us. Appreciate your time this morning because we want to talk more about Old Town Theater and all the great events that are happening. So give us a little bit of background of the theater.
Well, it was built in 1947 is when it originally opened. It was a movie theater, and it was several things. But in 1972, I believe was the year it burned, and the whole roof was gone. And so there was this outside shell was still there, and several college students or groups used it as had different concerts and stuff there, but there was no roof, so it was just a open pit. And then in 1994, I believe it was, the Myricks took it and started to renovate it to make it a theater again. And it reopened, and it's been going ever since. So for a long time, it was a children's theater. They did different plays and stuff there. But I came on in 2018. I was asked to volunteer. They had a concert going on, and I just fell in love with it. And since then, I've just stuck around. They can't get rid of me.
Were you voluntold, or was it volunteer?
I was asked if I would come and be a greeter or seat people or whatever. And I thought, okay, it's kind of different. I've never done that. But then in it was probably 3 or 4 months after that, they asked me if I'd like to attend a board meeting, because once I came in the door, I wasn't leaving. So I've been there ever since. And it has just really grown in just the last, probably since COVID. We really struggled during COVID, which I know everybody did. But in 21 is when it really took on, and we've been selling out every show. It was our first year to be in the red, and are in the black, have a little cash coming in so we can do some renovating. We've got a lot of, it's an old theater, so we've still got a lot of stuff that needs to happen, stuff that needs to change.
That's great. We're talking with Lois Stehlik this morning here, the vice president of Old Town Theater, serves on the board, does a tremendous job bringing arts and culture to this community. And it is a community that is full of a lot of vibrant arts and culture. I don't think maybe a lot of people realize that. And when you think about the mission of Old Town Theater, and as I was doing some research last night and earlier this morning, just the mission really to foster community friendship, a love for the arts, a welcoming atmosphere. What truly makes the theater so special for the community?
I mean, we try to keep since it is a nonprofit, our goal is to bring arts to the community at an affordable rate. Bring it so that you can afford to come and it's not going to break the bank. You see a lot of the big theaters in Houston are the dinner theaters, and people come up here and say, we can't afford to go there, so we come here. We had a couple that came from League City, and they said, we come once a month, pick a show, because we can stay in a hotel and come to the Old Town Theater cheaper than we can do it at our own hometown. So that's what we love, is when people come from all over to see the shows that we have. The trick is trying to book the act at a reasonable rate, and I'm pretty good at negotiating. I usually will follow them, whoever I'm wanting, whoever I'm stalking, and then find that they're going to be in Texas on a Friday, and then beg them to come see me on Saturday or even a Sunday matinee show, so that we can get the cost down, because we're such a small. We hold 356 people. I always say if you pack them right, I can get 356 in there. That's with the tables and everything, but so we don't have this large venue that we can bring in big acts and charge big bucks or charge smaller bucks. So it's all about packing them in there right and hopefully have a sellout crowd. As a nonprofit, we don't have a lot of extra spending money to do advertising.
Sure.
And, the hotel occupancy tax, when we do radio advertising, has to be able to reach 50 miles or greater. So there's a lot of little things that they throw at you that you got to be able to work around.
Yeah. Well,
what's the official name of the nonprofit?
It's Friends of the Old Town Theater.
Yeah, and I'm glad that you kind of brought that up, Justin, because I did want to talk more into that. There's just an incredible journey about Friends of Old Town Theater project, helping to transform the historic building, into the theater. Give us a little background into that and the inside. I know you mentioned it briefly earlier.
So they used to have sponsors, and back in the day when they had plays, if you look if you ever go in there, that on the benches, like each row has like somebody's name on there, so they sponsored a row. And we also had bricks out in the front, which we've just received. There was a big mess with that. We just received them. People could do a tile
stamp.
Well, yeah, it was actually a granite 1 foot by 1 foot. We're going to have them placed in the front so people would buy those. Now we have where you can purchase sponsorships, and we also do the ads in the back of the program that help us pay for the program. So we do a lot of little things like that just to help us get through and be able to have these shows without it coming out of our pocket.
Right.
A lot of great things happening at the theater, a lot of performances, music, drama, dance, film, community events. Mm-hmm. And I did read something, and correct me on this if I had it wrong. The proud home of the company at OTT, is that do you know anything about that? I've researched something about that.
So the company used to be when we did plays, and it was separate from the people that put on the plays, but they're no longer. During COVID, that kind of folded, and
What are some of the biggest needs now? Of course, financial things are always a big issue with nonprofits.
You got a new marquee, huh?
We did have a marquee. We actually had, our marquee was damaged, and so we just got a new marquee about a month ago. It's really nice. It's all LED.
It's nice and bright, too.
It's nice and bright. It's pretty. They did a fabulous job on that. But we just found out, I guess it was a couple of months ago, that our AC unit in the back, we have two 15-ton AC units in the back on top of the building, and one of them is no longer working, and the other one is limping. And so we've just purchased, they haven't gotten here yet, two 15-ton AC units where they had to put a big crane and lift them. So that's a huge expense. So that's what we're trying to get done before June.
Yeah, I got to get that thing going before the heat gets here.
That's right.
We were in Fargo, didn't have to worry about that for 10 months, and but now, we were joking on this show, Lois, a couple of weeks ago that I like to leave the door open here because usually in the mornings it's beautiful and cool, but somebody had told me, he said, give it a month, you're not going to be able to keep that door open because it's going to be so hot in the mornings also. Again, Lois Stehlik joining us this morning, the Vice President of Old Town Theater. We'll step aside. We'll take a brief break. When we come back, we'll learn more about some upcoming events and shows happening at the theater. So stay with us, friends, and keep those comments coming. We'll get to those as we continue. This is Good Morning Huntsville. Hey, friends, welcome back in episode 19 here on Good Morning Huntsville. Thanks for waking up with us on a Thursday, a beautiful morning here in Huntsville, Texas, as we're continuing to be joined by our good friend, Miss Lois Stehlik. She is the Vice President of Old Town Theater. Also, our Thursday co-host, Justin Killingsworth of the Color Bar, man. Yeah. So I need to, Justin, I got to ask before we bring Lois back in, do you think some blonde highlights would go all right with me?
Yeah, absolutely.
Or do I need to let it? Do you ever see like people come in with these buzz-type cuts and then they put color in it and like blonde it up?
Yeah, shoe shine it.
Shoe shine it. All right. You guys can do that, right? Yeah. So go by and see Justin Killingsworth over at the Color Bar. They'll take excellent care of you.
I'll pay you to do it to you.
Hey, every once in a while, you guys, I see posts where you need people to like come in and like, I guess, model for the stylist.
Yeah,
Is that right?
we at the Color Bar, we're all about education. So we host about one education class a month for the staff. So there's times that, like last month we did a men's haircutting class, a barber out of Houston, a good friend of mine, Jeremy. He owns Jeremy's Barber Shop right there in Humble, came up and gave a class. And so like they needed men's models. None of them were disappointed.
That's awesome.
So that was great, and then we have blonding classes and just all different kinds. We try to make sure that we continue to enhance our craft. So
yeah, we'll go by and see Justin. He is helping to make this program possible, and because of his support, we're able to bring on at no charge our wonderful friends from nonprofits such as Lois Stehlik. And so we appreciate you being here this morning as we want to highlight all the good that's happening in the community. It's great to have a diverse community, and by diverse, I'm talking about different options for people to explore. Not just sports, because this is a heavy sports community with Sam Houston State University, and not just dining, which we have a lot of great places to eat, but also arts and culture, so important, and theater, and what you do and what you guys bring to the community is so exciting. Lois, again, appreciate you being here. Tell us about some of the upcoming events. We got some big events happening.
Yeah, this weekend we have, for Cinco de Mayo, we have this, we have she's a Selena, Queen of Tejano tribute artist. She actually was the opener for last year's Walker County Fair Tejano Night. Her name is Christina Amore, and the CTS band. And so right after the Walker County Fair last year, I had several calls from different people saying, get her. She was great. So I called and I made arrangements. We got her booked, and she is Saturday night at 7 o'clock. Doors open at 6. Tickets you can buy online or you can buy them at the door. If you have a Sam Houston ID, we're doing this special thing. Sam Houston ID, student or employee, is $10 at the door. Everybody else is $20 online, or you can buy them at the door, like I said. There's seats, tables up front, but it's general admission, so first come, first serve. Hope to sell out.
Yes, that's going to be really cool. We, Rob, we had, what was last Thursday, we had the Cinco de Mayo group here that's hosting at Rather Park.
Yeah.
And, they were talking about this last week.
Yeah, Dr. Krim's actually on our board. Caroline.
Oh, at the theater. She is.
Yeah,
okay.
she is.
So awesome. Is Deanna Irwin, isn't she?
Yes, Deanna from
Man,
Pineapple.
that is great.
Run. Yeah.
One thing that you mentioned, and I wanted to make sure that, for folks that haven't been to the theater, such as myself, and we're going to go now, we want to get out there so we can, know more about what's happening. And our commitment here on Hello Huntsville is we want to promote what you guys are doing. You mentioned something that I think is neat. You talk about tables, because when I think of a theater, I think of seating. Like our theater that I grew up in used to be a movie theater. Then they converted it to a theater that they had plays and different events at. But there was no tables. It was all just, seating, stadium-type seating. You guys, it sounds like, actually have tables that you can sit at.
Yeah, so we seat 356, but there are 24 seats at a table. So there's 6 tables up front. And they cost a little more, but they're right underneath the stage. And you have a table. We've got tablecloths, chair covers. They're really nice. And for certain events, we'll let depends on how large the star is, the singer that's coming. We'll sponsor them. Different people can sponsor them and give them away or whatever, however they want to do it. We do have our TABC, so we sell beer, wine, soda, water. We also have snacks back there. So it's just it's really a nice place. There's 76 seats up in the balcony, and the sound guys swear a balcony is the best sound. Some people don't want to go on the balcony. It's the stairs, but sound is the best up the balcony.
I'm telling you, that balcony has the best view too.
Yeah,
I love the balcony.
There was a church I grew up in, and we had like the main sanctuary and then the balcony.
Right.
And I used to sit in the balcony so I could just honestly sleep.
Right.
Which is there's nobody up there to see you. So if you're watching this morning, Donald McLaughlin, I'm sorry, I did snooze a little. I was a young guy,
Okay.
But as I got older, I woke up. But it's always such a cool atmosphere to be in a balcony type setting.
You always learn more when you're, focused on just listening.
Yeah, that's right. I'm not going to talk anymore on the show. I'm just going to listen.
Oh, yeah?
Just going to focus.
So, Lois, it's been so exciting to hear more. I can't wait to go inside and I'd love to be able to come by. Maybe I'll set up a time with you down the road to come by and do a video of the theater and everything.
We've got some really great acts coming this summer. We're booked up. I think we have just 14 in this summer. Usually we try to do like 3 a month, but some months have gotten away from us, and different people have come forward, and we're like, yeah, we'll go ahead and take you. So some months we have a little more. But
Lois, what is as of right now, what is your all-time favorite you've hosted in the theater?
Oh my gosh,
I know you have
so
one.
many. You know what? I loved the Isaacs. They were wonderful. They were just here. They sold out. I think we had like 5 seats left. The Eagles. It was the
Eagles?
tribute. These little tribute bands are phenomenal.
Yes.
Phenomenal. So they're called Already Gone. They were here in March on the 4th, I believe. Sold out. Very few people. Most people were standing, dancing, singing. You knew, as well as ones where you knew every word to every song. It was just a great atmosphere. And they're coming back next year, April.
Sweet.
So as soon as we put it
Have
online.
to wait a year?
Yes. As soon as we put them online, that group will sell out. We have a comedian coming in July on the 15th, I believe. It's William Lee Martin. He sold out last year, and he put a Facebook ad out the other day and sold like 40 tickets in one day.
That's great.
Yeah, he'll sell out as well.
We're kind of looking just through the website here as we're talking to Lois Stehlik, again, the vice president of Old Town Theater. Houston Chamber Ringers coming up on Saturday, May the 20th, 2 o'clock. That's going to be a lot of fun. Glenn Templeton.
Yeah.
So you can go to the website. All of these events are listed out here.
Pam Tillis.
Oh, that's going to be great.
That'll be a good show.
Rob, which one do you want to go to?
You know what really got me excited when I saw Saturday, June the 24th, the Cash and Klein show.
We've had him. His name is Benny Wells. We've had Benny there as a cash show before, and he was phenomenal. And so as soon as we saw that he was doing a Cash and Klein show, we're like, let's do it. Let's do that.
And the Elvis tributes are also a lot of fun. Shake, Rattle, and Roll that's happening on July the 7th. That's going to be a little too close to baby Caden coming because we're expecting our boy July the 15th.
We've had them before, right?
They come usually twice a year, and he sells out every single time. If you're an Elvis fan, Travis Powell is by far one of the best tribute artists around.
Didn't you have a Reba?
Yes, she
Reba
sold out.
impersonator?
She was great. She was great. We want to have her again. That was last October.
Tribute, not impersonator.
Right,
Sorry.
Right. But she looked just like her.
Right.
She was identical.
I mean, he's a little bit of an impersonator.
It's like crazy.
I was thinking if Bridget's due on July the 15th and this is July the 7th, and we go to
got time.
The Shake, Rattle, but it may induce the pregnancy.
Right.
Start
Rattle
shaking
that
and
baby
rolling.
right out.
The baby's going to rattle right out, so we got to be careful there. But again, you can find all this information, oldtowntheater-huntsville.org. Beautiful website, by the way. Lois, you and the board of directors have done such an incredible job getting this information out. I mean, look how booked up that Rick Trevino.
Rick
that
Trevino is going to be good. Yeah, he's going to be good. Another one that I'm really excited about, it's in September, and it's the Bob Wells and the Texas Playboys. I remember seeing them as a child on Hee Haw, and this is their 90th year. 90th year. It's a group of men. There's like 8 or 9 men that travel together. And so they've rotated out as they've passed on. New ones have come on, but they're all little old men that get out there and play the fiddle, and it's going to be phenomenal.
Yes.
I mean, you guys are booked up. This is incredible. You're booked up for almost
We just booked Dale Watson for next May. Twitty and Lynn, we had them last January, and they were sold out. And, people call and want to know if you can fit them in. I just can't create more space. I can't do that. And so this year when they booked, they wanted 2 shows. So
right. This year, we might get to a point where we do like a big screen outside the theater and close the street.
There you go. Now we're talking.
Extra overflow.
This is Idea Man over here. He's always talking about the ideas. Lois, so awesome to see so much incredible talent coming right here to Huntsville, Texas. And on this show, and we're all about lifting up this community and highlighting the great things. The arts scene is so important to the vibrant culture here in Huntsville. And that's something from, for me being an outside guy coming in, is I want to make sure that I do everything that I can to help protect the culture as well, because I think it is so important. And it's truly what makes Huntsville unique.
Yeah.
Places such like the theater.
Yeah, it's crazy how at the beginning of every show we'll ask how many in here how many this is first time, and it's just hands all go up, and I'm thinking, where have y'all been?
Right.
My gosh, so many people.
There's so many unique things to do in Huntsville, and there's like just exponentially in downtown. You would never think that there's so much to do in downtown Huntsville, but I mean from things that are hosted at Rather Park to things that are hosted on the square to, things that are hosted in the theater. I mean, we work a lot together with Downtown Business Alliance. And so, there's everyone is trying their best to produce things for people to do downtown. And, it's like community members like you and association members like you that help make all of these things possible and, support. Everything is kind of cross-promoted as well, so it's really great.
And I think something, too, that I recognize, Lois, this is something that you're passionate about. And when we are passionate about what we do,
you see that little sparkle in her eye?
You see the sparkle this morning. So, Lois came in here. I said, you can come a little bit prior to 7:15. She was here, like, right before 7. She was ready to sit down and hop on.
Let's do it.
So she's like, let's get this thing going this morning. Again, Lois Stehlik joining us, Vice President of Old Town Theater. Just a few more questions for you. Folks can go online. Can they purchase tickets online to these events?
Yes, purchase tickets. Actually, when you click on the link, it will take them to Outhouse Ticketing, which is the venue that we use in order to our ticketing agent. Or they can, if they have trouble, we'll help them with it. If they call the number. If they call the number for the Old Town, it's going to go to a message and take a message, and then it will text us the message, and we can hear it and we can read it. So we'll be happy to help them. A lot of people need help with it. We don't mind doing that. But they can also purchase them at the door. But, it's phenomenal.
No guarantee at the door.
Right. Out of the first 5 shows we had this year, we had one that wasn't sold out, but the rest of them were all you'll have a seat here and there because – people, you're picking your own seats.
You do get to pick your own seat on Outhouse?
Yeah, you go out there and you pick which row you want, which seats you want. But as I said, don't wait. Pick them now because we've already got, like Pam Tilla's show, she's already up to 152 seats sold. And she's not till June 30th, so
you better get your tickets.
That's right.
Online.
Don't wait. You snooze, you lose.
That's right. And I'm going to put that link back up here, just so folks know where to go. Again, it's the Old Town Theater, and super easy to go to. For those of you that are watching or you're on our YouTube channel or throughout the Facebook feeds across 3 different platforms, it's oldtowntheater-huntsville.org. You can click on that link. If you're listening later on the audio version of this show, again, go to oldtowntheater-huntsville.org. Is there like a season pass? Can folks purchase a season pass?
No. I think they used to do it back when it was theaters, but since it's actual shows, I mean, John Conley is going to cost us a lot more than a tribute artist, so it's just difficult. I mean, some seats are going to be 20, some seats are going to be 50, so that would be difficult for us to do. We've talked about how could we make that happen.
$10,000 a year pass. That would work,
we'll
right?
Go for that.
Yeah.
Put your name on the seat. That'll be fine. Thank you.
I do like that. I
do like that. We do have other things. So people rent our theater quite a bit, and people don't realize that, but it is up for rent. We have different dance theaters here that use it. MC Dance has done their Christmas show here several times. TLC, the TV channel, they used us once for a shoot because our stage is huge and it's really tall, and so they use it to take pictures. Right now, Sam Houston Heatwave, which is their media film festival, is using it for yesterday. It was 3 days in a row. And so it's out there for rental. We have different prices for if you're nonprofit or if you're for-profit, if you're a school, whatever.
Again, Lois here. Appreciate all the wonderful information. Again, Lois Stehlik from Old Town Theater filling us in. All good things happening here in Huntsville. I did want to mention also about advertising opportunities, maybe because we do have a lot of business people that watch this show as well. Maybe they're saying, wow, I've heard some incredible information. Friends, listen, she just told you that shows sell out. It's hard to get tickets to some of these shows. And when you've got 300 plus people there, that's a great way to get your name in front of the community, not only the community, but new people that are coming here. We mentioned some of the opportunities.
We print a program for every show, write up a bio, and we have a program that opens in. It has our schedule on there, but it also on the back side it has whoever sponsored the show, and so that the money that we get from the sponsorship is what we use to print the program. So that does help us out quite a bit because printing is not cheap.
No.
Yeah, I used to have it's funny you mentioned that because at Office Depot I used to have, and I'm not knocking Office Depot, I mean, they do great work, but I used to have it was like
card?
It was a card.
They don't give you that card anymore.
No, and
took the card away.
And I keep using it, and when I used to broadcast for Sam Houston State, I'd print all my notes. And because it was so cheap then with this card, I printed them in color just because I like the color. And man, I went in, and so it used to be like $12 to print up all my notes. So I went in there, and this was when I was up at NDSU in Fargo, and I had my card, and I punched, and they still punch in the number. They don't tell you they don't take it anymore. They just, oh yeah, let's punch it in. Well, none of the discount came off. I owed them $48 for my notes in one game. I was like, I am done.
Because I'm never doing that again.
And I even joked with them early on, Lois, and I said, you guys have to be losing money because how are you able to print all this stuff for like $12? And the little girl there at the time at Huntsville was like, I don't know. She's like, we don't really make much on it when you guys bring these cards in. That's why they got rid of the cards.
Right.
Yeah.
So the cost of printing, has gone up. But, again, an opportunity for you and the community to support a great organization, a great nonprofit such as Old Town Theater.
We appreciate it. Yep. We take we've got several sponsors lined up. I think we're good through July.
Yes.
And then after that.
I know I need to follow up.
He's one of them. After that, we'll be looking for more sponsors. But
well, hit us up here because we definitely want to get the word out, and I think this would be a very appropriate and great avenue for us to put our name out there as well through what you guys do.
Yeah, we'll let you go on the schedule and pick the month you want to sponsor.
Awesome.
So.
Yeah, it's for the whole month.
Oh, that's
the whole
great.
month.
And it goes in all the guides. Do they still call those playbills, or is that just for plays?
We call them programs.
Programs.
But
sometimes I go like super old school, and I think of like, the old playbill. But that's,
Yeah.
Anyways.
Well, the playbills are still around.
Yeah, they are. But, hey, Old Town Theater, they'll take good care of you. And you'll see Miss Lois around town. She does so much in the community, involved with the chamber.
If you see her, call her Kay.
Kay, that's right. Call her Kay and say, I saw Kay on Hello Huntsville. I can't believe I did it like 3 times, man. I told you guys in a commercial break, no joke, like after COVID in 2020, I've had a really difficult time processing certain pieces of information. And it's not an excuse, but names are one of those things. And it's really weird. I talked to a doctor about it, and he goes, man, it's probably COVID brain. And I was like, well, what, don't you have anti-COVID brain medicine now? Like, can't you just give me something in reverse?
Just pop a pill.
Reverse the effects.
Get rid of it.
But, it's so great, Lois, what you're doing. I did want one final question for me, and if Justin has anything to close with, but one final question for me is just, I always ask folks that come on as a guest, just what makes Huntsville so special for you?
Yeah, I love my church. It's just a small community. I have a sister that lived in Plano, and she moved down here a couple of years ago, and we go to every parade. That's a big thing. We grew up going to parades in Shreveport, but if you live in a big town like she lived in Plano, you don't go. I mean, you just don't go to big town stuff. But small town, we've got our lawn chair out here an hour before waiting in our spot, I just love the little small town. You go to Walmart and you find 15 people you know, talk. It's just I just love that little small town knit.
One thing that I love,
downtown.
Lois, is, I unfortunately, I eat a lot of fast food. But I always say, I don't want to say, judge a town by the fast food places. But I always say you can get a good temperature of how things are in a community. And I will tell you, every place that I go, and I go get breakfast tacos at McDonald's, I cruise through there, those ladies and guys, when they're there, are always so friendly and so nice. And I said, how amazing it is, because those folks work so hard, and they don't get a lot of recognition, especially on some groups whenever they forget to put a burger in and everybody bashes them and slams them. But I will tell you that every experience that I've had going through our establishments, even national fast food chains that do a great job employing people, because people need jobs, those people are always so friendly everywhere I go.
Right.
I love the downtown vibe here. I mean, in big cities, you wouldn't see me downtown. That's not going to happen. But here, you can walk around, especially like Sip and Shop and Wind Down. We're participating in the Wind Down Whiskey Up event. I just love it.
Tell them what you're doing.
Yeah, we got to hear about this.
So I'm not allowed to have a winery or a whiskey distillery because we do have our TABC. So we've brought in food.
And there's only a handful.
Yeah, so we've got Daisy's Diner in Riverside. So we're doing Riverside. Daisy's Diner in Riverside, shout out, and Talent Sausage.
Oh, my goodness.
And they're both going to be there. We're able to do our own whiskey and wine. We don't have whiskey. We're able to do our own wine and serve it. So we are probably going to do some kind of sangria or something.
Awesome.
And then HEB has donated water. And so we'll also be giving water. But we'll have the theater open. We have music going,
So you just walk around the square and wind down.
When you get hot, just come on in.
Yes, Wind Down Whiskey Up. You walk around the square.
The bingo card.
You fill the bingo card out. And then when you complete the bingo card, then you're entered in, you drop it off at the last location, and then you're entered to win up to $1,000.
So the bingo card has every location, and so you get a stamp at every location you go to.
Man, this is great. I was walking around, yesterday or 2 days ago. I just had a little bit of time one evening. I was waiting on council to get started at 6 o'clock, and I said, I didn't want to drive all the way back out home and then come back into town, and so I just walked around the square for a minute, and just a lot of places were still open.
I want to know what merchant gave you the card.
At one of the antique stores here.
Which one?
Man.
I got to go give them a hug.
It's if you're going down over here, what is this?
Williams?
It's maybe it wasn't. No, it's the one that has like that really cool entrance that it's like a pre-entrance. You know what I'm talking about?
George Russell's building, Uptown Vintage 2.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, I say it like it has the pre-entrance.
Yes.
Yeah, so cool. So, but yeah, she gave me this, and I said, man, that is exciting. I knew Justin and I would be talking about it. Wind Down Whiskey Up, and coming up May 13th. And you can wind down whiskey up, then go get your water and get you some great food at Old Town Theater.
Come see us. Come see us.
So I do have one more question. I just want you to name all the board members that are involved at Old Town Theater.
We have a fantastic board, very active. So Lauren Edwards is the president. I'm the vice president. We have Caroline Krim, which is professor at Sam Houston. We have Ed Chattel, who is over the Coliseum at Sam Houston. We have Troy Smither, and he works at Sam Houston as well. Deanna Irwin. And Vicki Morey. Vicki Morey's lives at Elkins, and she does a lot of stuff out there for us. She helps get the sponsors.
Sweet.
That's great. Mike Yon active with you guys?
Mike is no longer active.
He's not
still
on
a good friend. But
see him on the site. Yeah.
Right.
Awesome. Well, I know that he does support what you guys do, though, and definitely another integral part of our community. Lois, this has been so much fun this morning. I wanted to have you on, and
thank you
just
for having me.
You bet. Wanted to highlight all the good things that are happening at the theater, and this has truly inspired me to say, hey, Rob, get your gears going and get out to the theater.
Yeah, you should holler at me.
So we'll do it.
Pick a show.
And I would love to come by. And again, I'll set up a time. I want to come by and maybe take some photos.
Okay.
And then we'll write a little article. We'll put it up on the website to showcase you guys.
Yes.
So I think that'd be
appreciate
great.
that.
So once again, there she is, Miss Lois Stehlik, joining us this morning, giving us a lot of great insight on our beautiful Old Town Theater here in Huntsville. Thank you, Lois.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
We'll step aside. We'll take a break. A lot more to go here on the show. We've still got about 15 minutes, so Justin and I will keep you entertained over the next 15. Stay with us.
Will we?
Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll be back in a moment. This is Good Morning Huntsville. Hey, good morning, Huntsville. Welcome back in. Rob Hipp here alongside the Justin Killingsworth of the Color Bar. It is. There is no other Justin Killingsworth here. There is no other Justin Killingsworth, right?
Right.
Have you ever met another Justin Killingsworth?
No.
I have never. I had someone randomly message me on Facebook, which is always kind of questionable.
Right.
Their last name was Hip, and they said, "Oh, hey, we may be related." It's like, probably there's not many Hips. Well, there's actually there's billions of Hips in the world, but with the actual last name of Hip, there's only a handful.
Right.
You get that corny joke I just made up? There's billions of Hips. And oh my
billions
goodness.
of Hips.
All right, we're going to go ahead and turn it off here. It's been a great – no, just kidding. But no, this random person had reached out to me and started asking me about my last name, and I didn't really ever reply because you don't know who you're talking to.
Right.
Just think about this.
And then they hit you up for money after that. Oh, we're related. Hey, can I have this?
We weren't we're blessed to live. We live in this time, in this location, I believe all for a reason. You know, we're blessed to be here at this exact time. Like you and I, this is a privilege to be here right now at this time. Wherever you're at this morning, that is a privilege for you to be. And think about it that way. You know, you may be in a situation today where you're waking up and things are tough. Something's not going your way. You don't feel like there's light at the end of the tunnel. I want to encourage you this morning that you're exactly where you're supposed to be. And if you feel like you're in that low place, I want to encourage you this morning to reach out to somebody and let them lift you up because, you know, you've got people in your life for a reason. And it is an important time, you know, for you if you're struggling just to reach out to somebody. I think that's important. And, you know, I was going on a tangent of why I brought that up, and I can't remember why now, Justin, because the ADD kicked in.
Right, that's okay.
Yeah, that's the way it goes. But, man, we are so blessed to be here in Huntsville, and we've always talked about great events that are happening. How awesome was it to have Lois on and learn more about the theater?
It was great. I love the Old Town Theater.
Have you been over there and watched any programs and everything?
I have.
What's your favorite?
You know, it goes back, I mean, for many, many years, I've enjoyed the Old Town Theater from the children's plays that they used to put on. They've kind of moved in a different direction. Music is so, it's trending right now. And so it's really great that they put all this effort into, I mean, you heard, and we looked earlier, all the 3 to 4 shows a month
That's nuts. And good shows, too.
And good shows. Coordinating all of those things is very difficult. And so we definitely need to continue to support them so that they can continue, because the more support they get, the larger names they'll get.
Yeah.
And once again, like she said, at an affordable rate. I mean, $10. I mean, it's like going to CineStar Theater here. I mean, I can never complain. $20, you can take your whole family and watch a movie here. Like, so watching a live performance for $10, like, the Woodlands Pavilion is like what, for yard seats, $50 or something like that?
Yeah, somebody was telling me one time about the theater, like, yeah, man, I don't know if I'll go back. And I'm like, dude, have you been to like other theaters?
You're watching the same you're watching the same movie. Like, who cares that the recliners don't go all the way back, But the food at the CineStar Theater, too, and like, sorry, not trying to confuse people between the two. One's digital, one's live. So, but for $10, it really just depends on the show and where you're sitting and things like that. It's phenomenal. And Lois and Laura work really hard. When Laura's not ranching, she's an Old Town and Theater. And
love it. I love it, man. I love it. So I remember now the ADD had kicked in and out while you were talking about why I'd kind of started talking about, lifting each other up and the times that we live in. And I said, we're so blessed to be in this time. But I was just thinking, back in the day, what if we had the internet back in the day when it was the days of people left their back door open and they slept on the porch? Yeah. And think if it was still that same type of mentality with the internet, how it would be like a Wild West of just everybody being super friendly, messaging people out of nowhere.
Yes.
Hey, buddy, how you doing today? I'm doing good. You want to go have lunch? Sure. It'd be kind of awkward.
Right.
I don't even know what we're talking about, Justin, but,
We were talking about events.
Events happening. By the way, Kimberly Weezer joining us. Good morning. We love you, Kim. And she just earlier said good morning. She loves Lois so much. And I mentioned I think it was on the show yesterday.
Our friend Sally Jose.
Yeah, Sally Jose joining us. She actually babysat Braylon for me. And Sally, hope you're feeling better. I know she had told me that her back was hurting a little bit. And we love you, Sally. And she came by and babysat Braylon for me also.
That's so sweet. Sally helps us with Downtown Business Alliance as well. And she also is on tourism.
She is. She's on the tourism board as well. So good morning to you, Sally, and Robert out there. We appreciate you very much. Garrick Long was chiming in earlier. Saying good morning. And then, as always, I got to give her a shout-out. She messages us every single morning, good morning from sunny Fargo, North Dakota.
Yeah.
That's why I love traveling. You meet people, and then you just never know who you're going to stay in contact with. And, Jarek, I never met you in person, I don't believe, but we chat on Facebook here through the show, and just appreciate you joining us.
Absolutely.
You'll definitely need to come visit Huntsville sometime.
Yes, come on. I bet we could get you some tickets to the Old Town Theater.
Hey, so before we dig into the events, Justin, we got about 8 minutes to go or so. We're also going to go over what is this day in history type deal, or National Day of. We're going to do that. But before we do that, you mentioned earlier on the show, maybe there's people joining us, coming back in for the first time here that are joining us. And we talked about a giveaway that's going to start happening next week. Let us know about that again.
So, all next week, throughout the show, the listeners or people that are live, that are commenting and being engaged in our show. At the end of every show, we'll randomly pick someone, and we will give one ticket away to Wine Down Whiskey Up. That'll happen May 13th.
And that's thanks to the Color Bar and Justin Killingsworth, man. So thank you
for
actually,
I'm not going to take the credit for that. I'm going to give it to Downtown Business Alliance, the ones that put a lot of the things that happen on downtown Huntsville. So, but I think we have another giveaway that's wrapping up as well.
It is. I have not announced it yet. And I didn't. People are probably like, "Oh, well, you told me to like, share, comment. You never gave me anything."
Yeah,
it's because I'm keeping the anticipation built up. But Monday we're going to give away that gift, and we'll let you know what that is.
It's not too late. Just keep going, liking, sharing, and commenting.
Yeah, like, share, comment. But we are going to give away that gift on Monday, and you'll have to tune in on Monday to know what it is.
Yes.
And so for those of you that have liked, shared, and commented any of our content, by the way, especially, but that post that we put out last week. Like, share, comment, and you will automatically be eligible. We said that we're going to draw, or we're going to end it on May the 1st. We'll keep it going, but on Monday, coming up next week, we're going to give away something.
Yeah, so super excited.
Just why you got to stay engaged, man. And you're the king of like social media engagement.
Yes, I try.
I mean, I know you're rebuilding your page, but whenever you had it the first time, you're like 20,000 people on there liking that bad boy.
The first time my page I had was up to 32,000.
What were you giving away?
Just random things.
Just everybody was engaging.
I think one time I did a Kate Spade purse with a gift card to the salon. And
you're going to have to fill me in. I don't know what that is. A Kate Spade purse. Is that her name, Kate Spade?
Yeah, it's just the brand.
Okay.
And then
the ladies know what that. I mean,
the ladies know what it is.
Yeah.
It was neon pink too, so it was like right at around Mother's Day too. Mother's Day makeover giveaways. We did a Father's Day makeover giveaway. I think it's time for me to do another one of those.
You know what we're thinking about, and this was Sally Hosey had messaged me, and I think we're going to do it here on Good Morning Huntsville and through HelloHuntsvilleTX.com, is a birthday giveaway each month.
Yes,
and so
I love that.
It was a great idea that Sally had, and so you're going to have to let us know what your birthday is. By the way, something new that's launching finally on Friday morning now that we've got a good subscriber base. We are officially launching our Hello Huntsville newsletter delivered straight to your inbox every Friday morning.
Can we tell them what we're working on? I'm sorry, what you're working on as far as an awesome thing in the community with a whole bunch of businesses and offering discounts?
Yeah. So we're working. Can't let the cat out of the bag yet, but some of our friends from Klein Card have done a great job promoting this community, and you're part of Klein Card as well. And so we appreciate the Klein family. They are doing a wonderful job, and so working on a couple of things with them as well to where we can help promote what they're doing also. And perfect example, I went to Yummy Yummy.
Yes.
Man, there was this place in Fargo and Jericho. I'm not going to say the name because I don't want to knock it, but it was not Yummy Yummy. It was not Yummy Yummy at all. Some of these establishments that you go in some places, I don't understand why, like, if you have carpet in your restaurant, which look, if you do, that's okay.
Dining.
But clean it, okay?
Yeah.
There was a non-Yummy Yummy place where we were living, and it made Bridget and I really miss Yummy Yummy. And so when we came back, we're like, thank goodness we're back at Yummy Yummy. We talked about this because of the Klein Card. I used it, and thank you for the Klein Card. I was able to save $6.
Right.
It's only $25 a year, and that was one establishment. There are so many local establishments that they support now, including my buddy Shane Christian over at Fat Boys Pizza.
Yes.
So I'm going to be going up to Fat Boys later this week. We're going to dive into some pizza, and guess what, Shane? I'm going to use the Klein Card. So when I show up, don't upcharge me and then make it look like I got the discount.
No,
Shane.
they would never.
He's not doing that. I'm just kidding.
Like even the Color Bar is a part of Klein Card, and we offer $25 off. It is that is one of the only ones on Klein Card that's single use. But basically, it covers the cost of your card if you come to the salon.
Yeah, so just buy and then you're opening up this whole door of so many other opportunities here in the community. So we appreciate that, and the Klein, and it's a great opportunity to save a little bit of cash on your favorite local establishments. I don't know which
one of the Kleins I like better, Paula or Andrew.
I like both of them.
I know. They're like both really great people, so it's really hard to choose.
I like Paula Andrew.
Yeah?
Yeah. I just put them together, Paula Andrew. We love you. Greg Smith, our good friend from Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, is joining us, saying, good morning, Huntsville. Make it a great day. We appreciate you, Greg. By the way, Greg and Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, one of our Foundation 5 sponsors, along with Justin, they do great work in the community as well. Greg is everywhere. And, we had someone had reached out to me and said, hey, why don't you put together an obituary section on the website?
Yeah.
And so we did that, and we wanted it to be free for people to submit them. We'll also put some on there as well. It's not just for services that are happening at Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, but I will say this, Greg and the compassionate staff there at Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home have graciously sponsored that section of the website as well, so we can bring it to you free of charge, because there is a lot of back work. It's not an automatic process. Whenever obituaries get submitted, we actually physically have to go in and take content and put it on our website. And it is time consuming, but we want to do it because we want to celebrate lives of people here in our community. So it's an ever living, ongoing tribute to all of our friends here in Huntsville and throughout the county that means so much to us. So Greg, we appreciate you once again just being involved in the community. Tony joining us this morning. Justin, look, Tony's saying good morning.
Wow.
So good morning.
He's out of bed?
Do you ever call Tony like T-Pain?
No.
That's my new nickname for Tony. I don't even know why. But
it's Anthony if he's in trouble.
Oh, but it's not Tony?
No.
I'm going to start calling him T-Pain.
Okay.
What up, T-Pain?
Yeah.
Good to have you. We're going to have Tony on sometime, too.
Yeah.
So, Tony, good to see you this morning, my friend. Great to hear from you. And look, Angela Jones was chiming in, and she said, ooh, I like this. Ooh, a bright pink Kate Spade purse. I bet that was so cute.
See? Told you the women knew.
Yeah, they know. Angela knows what's up. So appreciate you joining in as well, Angela. And by the way, if you're joining the show, always hit that share button. Let other folks know we're on here every single day, Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 8 a.m.
You got to be a little more excited about it.
Well, I just started thinking, Justin, while I was talking, I've been yakking way too much. So I was trying to slow down for a minute.
Slow down. Wrong time to slow down, Rob. Wrong time. You're like, every day, Monday through Friday.
So it should be like this. Every single day, Monday through Friday, make sure to share this show. We're going to bring you the best of Huntsville. Was that better?
Much better. Much better.
So hey, here we go, Justin. We are going to talk about some events, but I want to bring it to you first. Today is, what day is it? It is today, of course, Thursday, May the 4th. Today is National Star Wars Day.
Who made that?
National Star Wars Day. This is from our friends at nationaldaycalendar.com. May the 4th be with you each year, National Star Wars Day, or is it May the Force be with you? Well, it all depends on whether you like using puns or not. Thousands of Star Wars enthusiasts celebrate this day each year with parties and celebrations around the nation. I've never heard of a Star Wars May the 4th party.
Well, challenge accepted.
I'm definitely not going to be doing that. But, hey, it allows you to dress like your favorite character. We should have came on dressed up this morning.
I could dress like Yoda.
So that's how it started. It started, check this out, it was May the 18th, 2005. George Lucas was asked during an interview on a German news TV channel to say the famous "May the Force be with you," but the interpreter interpreted the sentence into German as, I can't even say it in German, but it.
Can you try, please?
I'm for my son we're behind. That's not even anywhere close. So May the 4th. So it was translated as May the 4th, we are with you. So that is where May the 4th be with you came from. A German translator that did not properly translate what George Lucas said. It's kind of like getting those, like ordering stuff on Amazon that comes from, not in America, and then there's the instructions, and it's like, instead of, do not use a knife to open this package, it'll say like, knife, package, ouch. It doesn't translate properly. So it is May the 4th be with you. It's also, hey, check this out, the National Day of Reason, the first Thursday in May. The National Day of Reason is observed each year on the first Thursday of the month. It originated in 2003 in response to the perceived unconstitutional National Day of Prayer. And, some folks are against that. I will tell you what, I am for the National Day of Prayer, and that is happening today, and we want you to come out and be a part of that. And it is, again, so National Day of Prayer happens the first Thursday in May. National Day of Prayer observed annually on the first Thursday in May. This day of observance is designated by the Congress. It asks people to turn to God in prayer and meditation. And we're going to be out there, again, live streaming that event, so make sure that you come out and be a part of it. If you can't, we'll have it up here on Hello Huntsville. And then if we continue to look on, there's a lot here today.
National Orange what?
National Candied Orange Peel Day. I've never had.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, not a fan. I am a fan of the orange candies, but not candied orange peels. That just doesn't sound good.
Yeah, no.
We won't even dig into that. It's Bird Day today.
World Password Day.
World Password Day. We talked about this one time when I was doing this show on another format. Make sure you use secure passwords. We won't.
Hey, that's like leaving your back door open, huh?
Yeah, it's like leaving the back door open. National Self-Employed Day. Hey, Justin,
Yay.
What's up, man?
We got a day.
Hey, happy National Self-Employment Day today. It's also National Weather Observers Day. I'm cool with that.
Orange Juice Day I can get down with.
Yeah, so those are the days that are going on. We wanted to let you know about all the national days that were happening around the nation. Some events coming up. You mentioned one earlier, Justin.
Yes, I don't remember all about it, but Sundown at Sam. We're about to pull it up and look.
Yeah, so Sundown at Sam getting underway, and they've already had the first one. That was back on April the 20th, but due to weather, they moved it to the Education Center. I think tonight should be good weather, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
And so tonight, May the 4th, Gail Ryder, Mary Charlotte Young will be playing, and this happens on the grounds at the Sam Houston Memorial Museum and Republic of Texas Presidential Library. So 3 evenings this spring with live music. It gets started at 6:30 tonight. So, again, go out there to the grounds over at the Memorial Museum. just right
That's
downtown.
the duck pond for Huntsville people.
That is the duck pond.
That's the duck pond for Huntsville people.
We eat at the fish pond all the time over in Willis.
Oh, yes. That place is so good.
And
Breakfast is amazing.
And I did mess up one time, again, brain and names and places, and I called it the duck pond. And people were like, you can get food at the duck pond? And what you said is right. Somebody from Huntsville thought I was talking about over at the museum. Yes. So that happening tonight. Great opportunity to go out and enjoy some music. Again, 6:30 to 9:30 tonight. So get out there as well.
So just reading through some others, Jessica Callahan live at Tasha Vineyards. That's this Saturday, starting at 4. We love our wineries around here. Kim's Home and Garden Center has their Spring Artist Walk. It starts at 9.
Is this all happening today?
No, this is this weekend.
Oh,
Saturday,
this weekend. Okay,
May
gotcha.
6th. Sorry. What else is on here? Do you know how many there? So, like, I feel like in our community that there's not enough people that know about all the things that happen on campus, like the symphonies that play. It's $12, and then like the theater program, it's like anywhere from $12 to $15 to go watch the live performance on campus. These students move here, and half of them don't ever leave. But there's so many different events that happen on campus too that's open to everyone.
Yeah, and we'll
like I was just reading. Sorry, that got off on a tangent.
That's good.
A concert and festival goes on May 11th at the GPA, which is the Performing Arts Center on campus, and it's a whole week of festivities there.
Lot going on, and we're going to tie all that in. Still working on events calendar. We need your help also.
Absolutely, you need to get those events submitted where we have a nice full list to go off of.
So let us. We're putting them in on the back end on our own as well. But if you've got an organization, even if you're a business and you're hosting an event, let us know about it. Go to hellohuntsvilletx.com. There is an events calendar. You can easily add your event. If you got any questions, reach out to me. One person was saying that they were having a little bit of difficulty trying to do that. But again, it is a fairly simple process to do it. So add your events, let us know, and then once we see them, we moderate them, make sure that they're all good, and then we pop them up on the website.
How's that ethical business directory
working on that? That will be launching. Hopefully, I was looking at launching it this week. We may make that announcement tomorrow.
Sweet.
So more opportunities, more ways to promote. Again, Justin Killingsworth is our Thursday co-host of the Color Bar. Please go online and check him out. Justin, before we go, how can people find you?
Colorbartx.com. Our Instagram and Facebook handle is colorbarhtx. That's how you can find us on social media.
That's right. Justin, one of our Foundation 5 sponsors here. We wouldn't be able to bring this show to you every single morning without Justin. So, Justin, thank you for making me get up at 5 a.m. to do the show.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Me too. You have to do it every day. I only have to do it one day.
Yeah, you wake up. But you're excited about it, and that's good.
Absolutely.
So it's always a lot of fun. Huntsville, we love you. A lot of friends joining us. Garrick Long, again, chiming in a little bit earlier, and everybody across the board. Angela, we appreciate you.
Can
Greg.
Garrick say that any louder?
Yeah, he said it in all caps, man. That's like the old AOL Instant Messenger yelling, "May the 4th be with you." Yes. And I can hear Garrick saying that right now.
Right now, I hear it's echoing, I think.
Yeah. So, Garrick, we love you, man. Appreciate you chiming in. And, again, appreciate everybody for being a part of this show. Join us tomorrow. Great show lined up. My good friend going to be joining us. Greg Smith, of course, Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home is our Friday Foundation 5 sponsor. But Tara Burnett of Hearts Museum is going to be coming on. Tara's going to be talking about the project.
Have you been out there?
I have not. So,
Rob.
She's going to be talking about the project that she's working on. I did have a chance last week. The kids at Huntsville ISD CTE classes have built tiny homes for veterans here in the community.
Yes.
And so Tara's going to be talking about that. Huntsville Home for Heroes.
Yes.
And
Thank you.
Yeah, and her property out there that you mentioned.
Yes.
So make sure to join us.
Have you been to the museum?
Oh, no, I have.
The Hearts Museum.
The museum. I thought you were talking about her property. Yeah,
Oh,
no, I've been through the museum. Yeah.
Yes, the Hearts Museum. She's the director there.
Yep.
So that is fantastic. And I love the fact that the Texas Prison Museum and the Hearts Museum are right next to each other, so that you just museum hop.
I don't know if we mentioned this. Someone had told me, when we had the vision for this show about, and just because, an idea that I had, I wouldn't be able to do it without guys like you, Justin. And I told you, this is as much of your show as it is mine. And it's cool to have a platform that folks, I want them to take ownership in. But, when I started this show, somebody said, well, what are you going to do? I said, well, we're going to try to identify, 5 folks that'll be like our foundation sponsors to help us get this going. And Karen Alton helped with that idea, and I appreciate Karen very much. But then the second thing is I said I want to highlight nonprofits as much as possible. If we can do it every single morning, Monday through Friday, we're going to do it. And one person said, well, good luck finding a nonprofit every day. And
it has not been a problem.
It's not been and here's the deal: is I went on the IRS website, did a search in Huntsville, Texas. We have 450 nonprofits here in Huntsville. Now, half of those are still in good standing. The other half, and not knocking them, but a lot of people form them and then they they're like, okay,
just
I'm not going to
do anything.
Yeah, and then they get revoked because they didn't do anything.
Yeah.
And that's okay, not knocking, but we still have about 250 active with the IRS nonprofits here in Huntsville alone.
That's awesome.
And so if you take,
it's about a community supporting community.
Yeah, and that's what we're going to do here on the show every single Monday through Friday. Justin, been a fun one today, man.
Yes.
Good to have your juice and energy in here. We always need a little J juice up in here to get us going, a little J juice, and we're going to keep the juice going tomorrow. Again, Tara joining us, Burnett from Hearts Museum. Friends, thanks for being a part of this one today. Again, we love you, Huntsville, and as I end every single broadcast, we want to remind you this morning, we're not strong enough alone to make it on our own. We need each other. Provide a word of encouragement. Lend a hand of support. Somebody out there needs you. Good morning, Huntsville. God bless. We'll see you back at it here, 7 a.m. tomorrow. We'll see you at National Day of Prayer. See you then.